Hi. Thank you so much for stopping your scroll. I am Kat Wynn, and I am a career transition coach for new moms. And I am so glad that you stopped by today. If you are noticing this red bump on my forehead, that is because I bumped my head trying to catch my toddler as he was doing a head dive down off the couch. And so it's really important for me to show up on here really authentic with you. So I didn't bother to put on extra makeup to try to cover it up. I think that what we really need more of in this world is just authenticity and being real. So there you go. Big old bump on my forehead. And so I am here really to help support all of you new moms out there. I think that with COVID, I have felt very isolated. And so I'm just here to be another real mom that you can connect with, and maybe we can be friends and help support each other. So I'm doing this live instead of doing a reel, and I'm doing it with no filter. And so you're going to see me glancing down at my notes here and there, but I'm just really excited to come and share what I've learned over my first year as a new mom about unlocking time, how to create more time for the things that are really important and let go of things that aren't as important in order to make space for that. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So if you are here for that, you are in the right place. So I just want to share with you that I was a little surprised at how things went this last year, having a baby in the middle of a pandemic. I ended up working from home full time. And also taking care of my newborn full-time without daycare. And so I had to get really, really creative when it came to actually how to make space for it all. Like, how was I supposed to breastfeed and change diapers and play with him and not give him oodles and oodles of screen time, although I think we all know that we do more of that than what we tell the doctors we do. And so how do we do that and still, maintain our work ethic? For me, my work ethic is really important. And so I always receive commendations for going above and beyond in my employer. And so I wanted to continue that as a stay-at-home full-time working mom. So how do we do that? And I found myself really struggling. And I had this all or nothing mindset. And it's something that I honestly still struggle with. It's a daily process of kind of letting go of that. I see that is some perfectionism in me. And I have just really come to understand over this last year that when I am in that mindset of trying to do something perfectly, I'm really missing opportunities for happiness to happen in my life. And so so that's really something that I'll talk about. And if you'd like to know more about that, I'd love for you to just comment and let me know if that's something that you'd like to know more about, because I'd love to share more about that with you if it's interesting to you. And so drop a thumbs up if you have struggled with any of the things that I'm about to list for you. Number one, how do you find time for everything? I found myself really, honestly, I didn't have very much sleep to begin with, but that's the only choice that I felt like I had. I had to just skip sleep. How do you, or just not fully brush my hair, or take really, really fast showers and wear yoga pants because I didn't have time to shave my legs. There's so many things we have to do. And how do we even make time for everything that people have expectations of us to do? And sometimes those expectations are conflicting. So literally one person's not going to be happy if we make the other person happy. And so when we go through this, for myself, I noticed that it was creating some issues in my relationships with work, my relationships at home. And so sometimes when we have unmet expectations, which there was a lot of that happening, especially during this last year because of COVID, so many expectations of what would happen in that first year of my son's life that, weren't possible. And so, so then that can lead to feelings of resentment as well. And really if you let that go, at least for me, what I noticed is it would turn into bitterness. And I didn't like that feeling. I didn't like feeling bitter about my life. And so I also was pushing and pushing and pushing. And just let me know, did you do this too? You just kind of race through everything, trying to get as many things done as you can. And then you inevitably sort of melt down at some point, go close yourself in a closet or cry yourself to sleep because you've just done everything for everyone else and you didn't leave any space for yourself. And so I know I've done that more often than what I'd like to admit. And so personally, I struggled with this because I love to make my family happy. I love to make my boss happy. I love to make my coworkers happy. And so I really struggled with that because if you can relate, I was raised that's what you do. You do things to serve and to please other people. And so it's really a lesson for me to sort of step back and realize when that is becoming a detriment to my own health as well. And so also I felt really guilty anytime that I wasn't doing what I felt like I should be doing. I felt like I should always be doing more in my relationships or at work or caring for my baby. Like I always felt like I was missing out on something. So I don't know if you feel like that as well. But ever since I've been able to sort of implement some of these things, and there are 3 things that I'm going to share with you, 1 in this video, and then 2 more in 2 following videos. So definitely be sure to follow along, follow me so that you don't miss the 2nd and 3rd parts. But I realized that for me, I had to make a change because I really wanted to feel more happiness in my life and feel more peace in my life and just be in a healthier space mentally and physically. So how do you do that? How do you make space for all of these precious memories that you want to make? I didn't want to miss out on everything with my newborn. I loved being able to be at home. And I loved being able to spend that time with him. But how do I do that and still bring home the bacon, right? And so here's the first thing I'm going to tell you. And that is I had to learn how to let go just a little bit. I had to learn how to be okay that I was going to let the laundry, pile up just a little bit. And maybe it lives on the dining room table for a day or 2 days or a whole week because I didn't fold it all the first time. And so it's okay that you put some things aside, and when your toddler wants to play with you, that you take that time and play with them. They're only going to be a toddler just this one time. They're not going to be a toddler again. And if you Google just parents' biggest regrets, I mean, one of the ones that I see over and over and over again is not spending enough time with the kids when they're little. And I didn't want that for myself. So I am a first-time mom at 40. And he's a little miracle. And so for me, that had like a little bit of extra specialness for me. And if any of you guys have been through that struggle as well of just really, really wanting to be a mother and not having it happen for you, I feel your pain. I've been there. It's really a struggle. And so it was just extra special for me, and I didn't want to lose out on that. But regardless, even if you're not in that situation, we don't want to miss out on things that we can never, do again. And so it's okay to also say no to some things at work. I used to work just oodles of overtime, as did my husband. We would just be the first ones to sign up for overtime. And I had to become okay with letting go of some of that. That I didn't need to give 150% all the time. And so it's okay too. Like if you have a little break and you want to spend it, doing some FaceTime with your little one, do that. It's okay to skip that chat at the coffee pot and spend some time, FaceTiming with your little one instead. It's not all or nothing. And I think that a lot of times we give up things in our lives and we don't make space for things because we have this all or nothing mindset. And so when we're able to kind of let go of that a little bit, and then we're able to include more space for more things. And it's really, really, really great. The way that you do that is to just practice. Practice, wash, rinse, repeat. Do it again. And the more that you do it, it just gets easier and easier and easier. So I'd love for you to share with me what's something that you've really struggled with. Is there something that you've had to practice and wash, rinse, repeat over and over again? Is there something that you'd like to learn more about letting go of a little bit? I think that when you're able to do that, at least for me, what I found is the more that I'm able to build that, then I find that I feel more peaceful inside. I feel like a little bit better about looking at the chaos of my home and being okay with that. And I also have gotten really creative about like how to deal with the feelings that I have about clutter, because I personally am not a person that likes clutter. It drives me crazy. And so to be able to let go of something like that, and I've had to come up with a solution of how to actually deal with that clutter, which I'd be happy to share with you. If that's something that you're interested in, let me know. I'd be happy to do that. And then also, it's really important to get support, right? If there's somebody that you know, whether they're on social media or they're in your group of friends, or if you don't know of somebody yet, find somebody who's been on a very similar journey of motherhood that you are, somebody who you feel like you can relate to what they've struggled with and that are 2 or 3 steps ahead of you. You don't want them to be like, I love Tony Robbins, I do, but he's like here, right? And so like you want to like connect with somebody who's a little bit closer to the steps that you're at right now, because then they really can remember what it felt like and what it feels like to be where you're at, and how to create solutions more recently for the various things that you're struggling with. So find somebody who's your support system. And if you don't have a support system already, I'd love to be that support system for you. And so there's a really, really easy way that we can connect if it would be helpful for you. And I'll be happy to share that with you. If you are feeling stuck, I just want you to do something about the way that you feel, about the way that you're balancing your motherhood and your career, because there is something that you can do. And so I have a lot I could say about this. And of course, it doesn't make sense to just do this all here in one video. So I'd love for you to just take a minute to click on the link in my bio. It is a link that goes straight to my website. And so you can schedule a free 30-minute heart-to-heart. You'll have a 30-minute conversation with me directly. Let's see if we can help you to get a little bit more clear about exactly what it is that you're struggling with, and what is that first step that you can take to start unlocking some time for the things that really matter to you. Unlock time and unlock energy for the time, for the things that really matter to you, so that you can start to feel peaceful, so that you can experience that magic of like what it feels like to say, oh my gosh, there's a new possibility for me. This reality that I'm living in, it doesn't have to stay this way. It can actually be different, and I can start changing that today. So don't miss one more precious memory or moment with your little one. Do something today. Do something free. Do something that only takes 30 minutes. Book that heart-to-heart with me. Now is the time. Now is the time to do it, because your kids are just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So for any of you guys that sign up for a booking time by November the 11th, you are going to receive a bonus one-on-one coaching session with me. I promise that you'll like it, because we're gonna do something extra special in that coaching session. So click on that link right now. And if you have any questions, post them in the comments below or send me a direct message, because I want to connect with you and help to answer those for you. So thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this. I've just really enjoyed this time together, and so hope to connect with you soon. Bye-bye.